This week on 49ers Sac-Hi Sports, the sun is shining and we have action from spring break tournaments, including the prestigious Boras Classic. You'll also see Rio Americano take on Del Campo and the battle between crosstown rivals Woodland and Pioneer.
Softball features the surging Kimball Jaguars in Manteca. Boys volleyball has Jesuit facing Ripon Christian, plus the story of Alex Reel, the multi-sport athlete from Ponderosa. 49ers Sac-Hi Sports starts right now.
Welcome to 49ers Sac-Hi Sports. I'm Aubrey Tolliver.
And I'm Jake Vanderbrook. We start tonight in Woodland, where crosstown rivals Pioneer and Woodland play for bragging rights. Both Golden Empire League teams enter the week undefeated in league play, with Woodland at 4-0 and Pioneer at 3-0.
Tuesday's rubber match has Woodland's Chris Duffield facing Pioneer's Carson Timothy. The first game of the three-game set played at Pioneer.
Brian Mueller here in Woodland Thursday afternoon for Game 2 of a three-game set between Pioneer and the Wolves. Chris Duffield pitched a shutout in Game 1, but the Patriots thinking they're going to get some runs early on with the bases loaded and no one out, but Austin Stapleton picks this hot shot, gets the force at home, and then Carter Imbach completes the double play to first. The Wolves will get out of the inning unscathed. Top three now, Pioneer with runners on the corners. Julian Vargas gives this a ride to center. That plates Luke Ferreira, and the Pats are up 1-0. Then Matthias Michael follows with another shot to center. This one will get down, and Michael has an RBI double to make it 2-0. Bottom three, now the Wolves have them loaded with no one out. And here's a play I can't say I've ever seen before. Pioneer gets the force out at home. The ball comes loose on the collision, so Woodland tries to score again, and Pioneer gets another out at home. The old 5-2-1 double play, and just like Woodland in the first, they escape a bases-loaded jam. Top four runners on the corners for Ferreira, and he hits one just fair down the right field line. 2 runs come in, and Pioneer leads 4-0. Bottom half of the inning, the Wolves get on the board after this wide throw to first. Anthony Santos scores to make it 4-1. But Michael was in command on the mound, ends the fifth with a strikeout. No earned runs allowed in his 5 innings of work. It's 5-1 in the sixth now. Ryan Pearson hits a towering shot to left. That drops, and Pioneer is in command with a 6-1 lead. Bottom half of the inning. Here comes Woodland again. James Thompson goes up the middle. Russell Hansen coming in hot for the Wolves' second run to make it a 6-2 game. Top 7, Pioneer looking for more insurance, but Derek Fisher is master of his domain in center. Bottom 7 now. Woodland trying to get some base runners. It's a beautiful bunt, but an even prettier play by Ben Reese to get the out at first, and Pioneer evens the series with a 6-2 win.
Third place game at the CB Easter Classic between Granada of Livermore and Roseville. And it was a game within the game. Owen Summers and Parker Berdone refusing to leave the line. Rochambeau, and still the players don't leave until a little water throws out Perdone, and Summers takes the dub. Now to the action, bottom one, Granada loads him up. Riley Winchell smacks a hard shot that stays just under the shortstop glove. Parker Warner comes in to score 1-0 Matadors. Then Jocelyn Moreno grounds into fielder's choice. Logan Loshner gets the out at second. Ben Johnston comes in to score, and it's 2-0 Granada. Then they add one more run here as Jason Krotsky grounds into another fielder's choice. Bradley Ranello gets the out at second. Colin Johnston trots in to score 3-0 Matadors. 2-on for Roosevelt in the second. Lochner fakes the bunt, slashes at the ball, punching it through the infield to the outfield. It goes for a single on the play. Kyle Pedersen scores from second, and it's now a 3-1 ball game. Still 3-1 the fifth. Granada with the lead. Roosevelt's Ethan LeBlue smashes the ball down the line. A great backhand pick by Quinn Boyd, who spins and throws a strike home for the out. But Roosevelt does get that second run in. Pedersen to right, Brandon Graydon trots in to score, and it's now a 3-2 ball game. Then the sixth, Roosevelt continuing to put the pressure on. Cyrus Young drops down the old squeeze bunt. No play at the plate. Everyone's safe. We're all tied up at 3. Now Roseville's got runners on the corners for the quarterback, Graydon, who laced the single left. Young comes in to score with the go-ahead run, and the Tigers lead at 4-3. And then Lincoln Dotelli battles through a tough first inning and goes the distance, picking up the win for the Tigers as he whiffs 6 in the win. The Tigers take third in the Easter Classic.
Ian Olsen here, bringing you the Thursday night softball showdown between Vanden and Vacaville. In the first inning, Malia Cherry rips a line drive off the wall into left field to score a run and give Vanden an early lead. With one on in the bottom of the first, Michaela Freshour responds for Vacaville by hammering one to left field and leaving the yard to tie the game. Daniela Ontivero starts the third inning for Vanden by lining a double off the wall in right field. Cherry follows by knocking it into right field to score a Viking run. And Anaya Lawson caps the third inning rally by saying, "So long softball," a 2-run homer, giving Vanden a 6-3 lead. Allison Walling rips the third inning single into left field to score a Bulldog run. But with Vacaville inching closer, second baseman Kaya Silva fields a grounder, and shortstop Maya Zabit turns the double play. To lead the sixth inning, Viking Ayana Frank takes the first pitch and blasts it into left field for a solo home run. With one on in the bottom of the seventh, Ashlyn Wilson crushes one to left field to tie the game and send it to extra innings. After Bulldog Layla Dean reaches on a base hit, Aubrey Gibson bloops one into right field, finding space to score Dean and give Vacaville an explosive walk-off win. The Bulldogs sit atop Monticello Empire League, improving to 5-0 in league play.
Garrison reporting here where Jesuit Boys Volleyball will be hosting Ripon Christian High School. Let's get the action started with Justin Hoffman, sending up Josiah Reef, who taps that ball over the net for the point, but Jesuit leads 14-6. Then Colin Marks sending up Vince Simon for the hammer. Next is Jesuit showing off their defense with this block by Marks. Jesuit takes set 1, 25-12. Set 2 now, Reef sets up Joel Gronigan, and the Knights take that point, but Jesuit leads 17-10. Next, it's Marks. Pass to Keegan McManus, and he bounces that point off the defender. More Jesuit. It's Marks to Simon for the kill. That duel is just lethal. Jesuit takes set 2, 25-14. Set 3 now, it's Hoffman to Gronigan for the kill. It's all tied up at 18. Knights not going out without a fight. Then it's Marks setting up Griffin Hurd for the kill. Again, it's Marks finding Simon for the point. Jesuit trying to put the Knights away. 24-22, Jesuit leads. However, Hoffman sets up Reef to tie things up at 24 all. Next is Gronigan with the ace to seal the deal in this set. Ripken Christian takes set 3, 26-24. Set 4 now, it's Hoffman to Gronigan for the point. Knights trying to spark a comeback in this game, but Jesuit was not having it. This time, it's the lethal combo flipped with Simon setting up Marks. 18-11, Jesuit leads. Jesuit back with momentum. It's Marks to her, who gets that point with a Superman punch. Finally, it's Marks to Simon again, but this time for the dagger. What a beautiful play. 25-18, Jesuit takes set 4. Jesuit wins the match 3-1 and they extend their win streak to 18 straight wins.
Each week this season, Roseville Hyundai brings us the Players of the Week. Our first Player of the Week is Luke Euler from Whitney. Luke pitched a complete game shutout in Game 3 of the Cats series against Granite Bay. It completed the sweep of the Grizzlies. Luke giving up just 4 hits, no walks, and was also 1 for 2 at the plate with an RBI.
Our second Roseville Hyundai Player of the Week is Ray Olivas from Lincoln. The Trojans ace pitched in Game 1 of the series against an undefeated Tracy team and went the distance, giving up just 1 earned run on 2 hits. The Trojans eventually getting the 3-game sweep. Ray Olivas and Luke Euler, this week's Roseville Hyundai Players of the Week.
SMUD is leading the nation in clean power, so each week SMUD teaches us how we can save energy.
Here is this week's Clean Power City tip, powered by SMUD.
Hi, my name is Adio Bolu, and here's this week's Clean Power City tip. Avoid products with excessive plastic packaging. You'll help lower carbon emissions from producing, transporting, and disposing of the plastic. SMUD is leading the nation in clean power. Learn more at cleanpowercity.org.
Coming up, our first SunPower electric game. It's the Christian Brothers Tournament Final with Rio Americano and Delta.
Then Weston St. Mary's in softball. You are watching 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Summer's in full swing. Remember, SMUD's peak hours are 5 to 8 p.m. weekdays when electricity use is the highest. Shift some of your electricity usage to mid and off-peak hours when it costs less and renewable energy is plentiful. It's good for your bill, protects the environment, and helps our community too. Let's work together to save energy this summer. Learn more at smud.org/time of day.
Commitment, performance, pride. Roseville Hyundai is thrilled to be the feature sponsor of this week's Sac-Hi Players of the Week. We take great pride in recognizing each of your accomplishments as part of our continued effort to support the community. Come see the electrifying new lineup at Roseville Hyundai. From EVs and hybrids to our fuel cell vehicle, Hyundai Nexo. We've got you covered. Claim yours today.
Score that touchdown and run it up again. Score that touchdown and run it up again. And Niners, we just win. I'm from that field.
We are back at the NBC Sports Studio at Levi Stadium with our first SunPower Electric game. The Christian Brothers Easter Classic filled with some of the best teams in the section out of the 12 teams to play in the tourney. Rio Americano and Del Campo are the two teams left standing.
The Raiders enter the championship game with an 11-3 record. The Cougars come in at 8-5. Our Nick Pecoraro was there at Del Campo for our SunPower Electric game.
Nick Pecoraro here at Del Campo High School for the championship game of the Christian Brothers Easter Tournament. What started with 12 teams over 3 different venues has boiled down to the final 2. It's Rio Americano and Del Campo in our SunPower Electric game. Del Campo pitching has allowed just 1 run over the first 3 games of this tournament. Oregon State commit Jake McEwen takes his turn on the bump in the final for the Cougars. Matt Moses hit a walk-off grand slam in the second game of pool play. Rio, meanwhile, has been equally impressive on the mound this spring break. Only 2 runs have crossed the plate against Raider pitching. Caden Beloyan and Brady Wilson anchor the lineup, while Chase Christensen takes the mound for the 11-3 Raiders. Hey, this could also be a preview of what could be the deciding series in the Capital Athletic League later this month. Top 1, McEwen pitches around a leadoff walk, and he's looking good early, but so is his counterpart, Chase Christensen. He strikes out 2 in a 1-2-3 bottom half. Bottom 2 now, Rio's up 1-0, but Dallin Harry takes advantage of a wicked hop. And that ties the ball game at 1, and the next batter is sophomore Jaden Franklin. A tough play for the shortstop. Good effort, but the run comes in and Del Campo takes the lead. Next batter is Matt Moses, another sharp grounder up the middle. Rio can't come up with that one, and the Cougars lead 3-1 after 2. Top 3, bases packed. Mac Hossman with a comebacker. The pitcher overthrows the play at home. Wilson scores, and it's 3-3. Same inning, bases still loaded. Christensen with a little dribbler. That squeaks past the defense, and Rio goes up 5-3. Christensen follows with a shutdown inning, 2 more strikeouts to add to his 5 on Tuesday. And top 5, some defense for you now. Lance Moses in left field. How much do the Cougars like Lance? A lot, especially after that play. But Rio wasn't done hitting in the 5th. Christensen goes back to left field with runners on. That'll score 1, and the Raiders lead 6-3. Top 6 now, Raiders batting again. Mac Hossman had a nice day at the plate. 3 RBIs and 2 coming off of this double. And in the same inning, Sammy Marr hits it really far. So far that this cameraman can't even keep up with it. That's his first of the year. And Rio Americano goes 4-0 and takes the Christian Brothers Easter Classic. Could this be a sign of things to come from the Raiders?
Yeah, we were kind of on a rough start too, and we kind of had some problems go on. And coming into this tournament, we wanted to turn the page, and I think we did just that. And I think we just showed that we're better than what people think we are.
From our SunPower Electric game, Nick Pecoraro, 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Tracy area sports coverage is presented by Tracy Toyota off Freeway 205 in Tracy, with you all the way.
Out to Arnez Field, home to St. Mary's softball as the Tri-City League opened up with Merrill West paying a visit. Top of the first, West loads them up, but pitcher Ariel Nava is able to swim her way out of a jam for St. Mary's. Bottom of the first for the Rams. 4! It's Alyssa Garcia leaving the yard in a hurry, deep to right, just like that. 1-0 Rams. The next batter, Nava the pitcher, and she can also swing it. Yahtzee! This one lands on Holman Road, and all of a sudden it's 2-0. Do that penguin walk, girl! After a hit batter, Rhea Rassam steps up and she says, "I'm the queen of all the land." Deep to left it goes. People have not even gotten their seats yet, and it's 4-0 Rams on top. Oh yeah, and it was a windy day. Remember that back on last Monday? Anyways, in the second, Garcia on third for the Rams. Nava goes with a pitch to right. Off the wall it goes. Garcia comes in to score. Top of the third, West with a runner on for Ava Segun, who laces the ball to the gap. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. Francesca Pazza scores all the way from first. Ava ends up with a triple, and it's now 6-1. Make it 6-2 as Alyssa Klemek goes up the box for a single. That scores Segun from third. West putting a few runs up on the board in the third. Bottom three now, Rams get one back as Emma Swickard grounds to first, but on the play, Raskin comes in to score, and the Rams are back up by 5. In the fifth, Alyssa Garcia gets in the long ball act again. Her second dinger on the night. Right field is way open for Garcia. And in the sixth, Raskin belts her second bomb of the day. This one with runners on. Deep to center it goes. 5 homers for the Rams on the day, and that would do it as St. Mary's wins their league opener in 6 innings. 12-2 is the final.
Stanford Medicine brings us great advice for athletes each week.
Here's Dr. Joseph Donnelly with this week's health tip.
Unlike a typical bone fracture, which occurs with a single traumatic event, stress fractures are the result of repetitive stress on a bone over time. Stress fractures can develop in many different bones in the body, but are common in feet, shins, and the low back. If they continue to play through pain, the symptoms typically increase and will persist even when they stop their sports activities. If left untreated, stress fractures will progress over time and can do long-term damage to the bone. Seeking early medical advice when pain symptoms arise is the best way to avoid progression of a stress fracture, and most can be treated with a period of rest followed by physical therapy.
Coming up, action from the prestigious Scott Boras Northern California Classic.
But first, take a look at our Sac Joaquin section softball poll presented by Tracy Toyota.
Excellent service. They work with you to get the best deal.
Wood recommends anyone. Well done.
Tracy Toyota understands that our reputation of trust makes a difference, and our reviews prove we're with you all the way. Our customers are so happy with their buying experience, they proudly show it online. We even certify our used cars with an included warranty. During the Grab the Keys Let's Go sales event, get 3.99% on select new models. Tracy Toyota, with you all the way.
Right now, my electrical bill is about $10 a month.
This is definitely one of the best investments we did in our house.
All over the country, people are taking control over their electric bills by going solar with SunPower. We offer the most efficient, durable panels on the market, so you can see a return on your investment every month.
I was paying $220 a month, and now I pay about $22 a month.
Right now, 49ers faithful get a $1,000 Visa reward card from SunPower. Go online today.
Swung on a drive to deep right field. Isan Diaz has won this game. Johnson near the track, on the track, leaps up, and Bryce Johnson. Right field is looking up. Is Martin, and it is gone. What a blast from Gonzalez.
This season's Boras Classic features 7 Sac Joaquin section schools, which is a really big deal because the tournament is invite only, meaning only the top programs in Northern California get invited to play.
Here's action from the tournament played at Army Depot Park in Sacramento.
So we got the third place game in the Boras Classic. Franklin and St. Mary's Cal commit Jordy Lopez versus Michigan commit Michael Quedens. Top 1 leadoff man Samuel Kaler goes oppo taco for the Rams, but Lopez would get out of the inning unscathed. Lopez leads off with a walk in the bottom half. He's in scoring position, but Quedens gets a ground ball. No harm done to the Rams. Bottom 2 now, Franklin's Jack Rose with a titanic blast to the gap in left center. That's good for a 1-out double. And 2 batters later, Derek Pham cashes in on an RBI opportunity. Rose comes in to score, and it's 1-0 Wildcats after 2. Top 3, St. Mary's answers back with a little two-out rally as Roland Reyes rolls one into right field. Sammy Kaler will come in to score, and we're all knotted up at 1. 2 batters later, Tyson Reese grounds it to short, but the throw gets away. A costly error for the Wildcats pushes the lead run across. It's 2-1 Rams. Bottom 3, Franklin with the bases juiced for their juice man, Dom Giusti, with just a little thing that falls just past the pitcher's mound. It's effective, though. The tying run scores, and it's 2-2. Top 5 now, a runner on for Roland Reyes. He goes the opposite way this time, but Franklin can't make the play at third. St. Mary's with another unearned run. But 2 batters later, Tyson Reese earns every bit of this one. That brings Reyes home, and the Rams take a 4-2 lead after 5. They add some insurance in the top of the 7th. Braden Wilson with the bases loaded sac fly. That scores Reese from third. It's 6-2 Rams as some light rain starts to fall on the last of the 7th. Carson Morelli was making it rain on the mound for the Rams with 2 perfect innings of relief. He gets the final 6 outs as St. Mary's starting to make a push for our baseball top 10.
Ponderosa second baseman Alex Reel has always been driven to work hard on the baseball field.
But it wasn't until the discovery of a new sport he found motivation to forge a path to life after baseball. Our Nick Pecoraro has more on the Bruins' multi-talented senior captain.
Ponderosa baseball is looking to return to the top of the league standings this season, with second baseman Alex Reel at the top of the lineup.
It's cool to be a leader on the team and just to help the team, with intensity and energy in the dugout and just to help us win games. Anything I can do to help us win games.
But with their senior captain, the Bruins have a secret weapon. They have a ninja.
I also compete in Ninja Warrior. I've been doing that for about 4.5 years now. Found the sport kind of through the show and then started training. It was a church event at Bayside Church in Roseville where a couple of guys who had been on the show were setting up a course. Ended up going to it and I just loved it from the very beginning. I'd already been doing a lot of pull-ups and other stuff because I was just interested in it and wanted to start trying it. So I kind of had the strength from when I started and I was able to do pretty well from the start. And then as I continued competing, I ended up doing pretty well in some pretty big competitions and traveling, doing pretty well, and so I just kind of started to realize that I can compete with a lot of people out there and do pretty well in some of the big competitions.
He's always doing something that you're wow, like your eyes will pop a little bit. Like when we would do conditioning drills and stuff like that, when we do like a competition, it's like Alex is automatically gonna win. We did like a hang from a bar, and like most people lasted 3 minutes, and Alex was sitting there one-handed for 7 minutes, and we were just like, you know what, we gotta move on to the next thing because we were just gonna be there all day.
Not only has this newfound passion helped Alex develop skills on the baseball field.
So the strength that I've built through ninjas definitely helped me in baseball. I got a better arm, more power than I used to. But also things like hand-eye coordination, and from the mental side, there are a lot of things. Learning to deal with failure is huge in both sports. Learning the value of hard work, and it's taught me a lot of life lessons.
But it also may have helped him create a path for his future. Alex's father is a civil engineer, and with few local gyms available to train for what's required in ninja competitions, Alex and his father decided to build their own training obstacles in their Shingle Springs home.
It was a game room intended for pool table, ping pong table, that type of thing. So when this came along, we really decided, okay, let's put something up, and started with the key lock hang. Part of my job as a structural engineer is hanging things. I do a lot of work in hospitals, and we use strut to hang things, and so know what it's good for, the capacity of it, and so really started taking the strut, hanging it from the ceiling, and started building from there and adding new obstacles.
While Alex's father may have had the idea for how to structurally build their at-home obstacles, it was Alex who took that ball and ran with it.
I was just starting out woodworking. A lot of the obstacles didn't always work first try. They weren't as high a quality, and then as I've continued to build, I've gotten more tools, learned how to use them better, and I've just continued to get better and been able to build more and more complicated things.
The one thing that him building and being able to really visualize how to build an obstacle, put it together, how many screws it takes. It failed with 2 screws, I need 3 next time. I think really had an impact on him and helped him determine that, hey, engineering and building is something of my future.
And that future also includes a well-earned scholarship to one of the top engineering schools in the country, the Colorado School of Mines.
A very good engineering school, and I really liked the feel of it when I went to visit it. But also Denver has multiple good ninja gyms, and I've got some friends there who I will train with when I'm going to the school.
Yeah, I think this is his last year of baseball, and he's going to maybe focus on ninja after this, which is, I just want to support him in anything he chooses. And he's going to be successful in anything he does just because his work ethic and how he approaches failure and how he moves on quickly.
And as far as my ultimate goal in the sport, it's really just to keep training on my own obstacles that I've built, keep improving and doing better at these big competitions. I really just feel like my ultimate goal would be to be a threat to win any competition I go to.
Reporting from Shingle Springs, Nick Pecoraro, 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Alex will get back into the ninja competition at the end of the season, but for now, Ponderosa returns to Foothill Valley League play this week. Alex hopes to ignite the Bruins at the top of the lineup.
Seems like the real deal, wouldn't you say?
I would say so.
All right. Thank you, Nick. Coming up, the Mattress Firm Perfect Match, Pittman and Gregory in Game 2 of the Sac-Hi Series.
Then we head back north for Sheldon and Franklin softball. You're watching 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Trevor was born a champion. He knows how to make lemonade from lemons. He also knows that comfort is all year round. So sometimes, when you can't make lemonade, you make hot chocolate. Today, Trevor is proud to be a service champion. We're now offering a $58 2-for-1 special. You'll get a comprehensive AC tune-up and a free furnace safety inspection. High five service, champion attitude. Call 800-5-CHAMPS.
Sac-Hi Sports is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Stanford Medicine, #1 in Northern California for orthopedics, and by SunPower, a proud sponsor of the San Francisco 49ers.
Game 2 of the Sac-Hi Series between Pittman and Gregory is this week's Mattress Firm Perfect Match. The Pride taking Game 1 at home on Monday. Brandon Leon pitching all 7, giving up just 2 earned runs and punching out 5 in the win.
The Jaguars looking to bounce back in Game 2. Paul Contreras with a .561 batting average. His 23 knocks on the year leads the section. It's Gregory hosting Pittman on Wednesday afternoon in this week's Mattress Firm Perfect Match.
Gregory taking the field for the first inning of Game 2 against Pittman, and the Jags waste no time. Ethan Macias batting in the 2-hole. Ethan takes this pitch deep to right. It is over the right fielder. Macias into second, where he does a little meditating. Pittman southpaw Andrew Ballantyne eventually striking out the side in the first. The Fresno State commit gets out of the inning. Max Martinez, top 3, knocks a base hit to left. The runner on second having to hold to make sure it falls, giving Paul Contreras enough time to deliver a perfect throw to third. And catcher Trinity Beelan gets his team out of the inning with the caught stealing. Nice tag there from Felix Declan, too. We are scoreless heading into the bottom of the inning. Lance Eastman, a single the opposite way, and then a sac bunt puts Eastman on second for Macias. Ethan, a shot up the middle, rolling to the center fielder. Eastman scores on the base hit. Macias into second on the throw, and I like this celebration maybe a little bit more than the other. You decide. 1-0 Gregory, but not for long. Top 4, Alex Lopez with a runner on second gets a base knocked the opposite way. This is Ballantyne coming in to score. We are tied at 1. Jag starter Landon Stone gets out of the inning with the strikeout, throwing 7 innings, still tied at 1, so here comes extras. Ballantyne pitches 8 innings, a big day on the mound for the senior, racking up 11 Ks. Heading to the 9th, Carson Valenti leads off the inning by dropping a base hit to center. 3 batters later, Brandon Leon comes through with a go-ahead knock. It goes into right field, and Christian Jacinto scores 2-1 Pittman. Bottom of the 9th, the Tigers with a runner on third, down to their last out. Xander Martinez grounds a ball to short. This one could be it, but no! Beelan scores, and this game continues until the 12th. We are in the top of the 12th. Leon smacks the ball to the right center gap. Brandon with some absolutely clutch hitting in extras. Bases are loaded. A couple batters later for Carson. And Valenti does it. A base hit through the 5-6 hole. That scores Leon, and that would do it. A scoreless bottom of the 12th gives Pittman the 3-2 win, also taking the win in the series.
Ian Olson here in Elk Grove, where the Sheldon Huskies are looking to knock off the undefeated Franklin Wildcats. In the second inning, Husky catcher Jaylee Marshall drives a ball into center field, which reaches the wall, and Jaylee slides into second. Socorro Harville follows by knocking it into left field. Marshall turns on the Jets, rounds third, and reaches home to give Sheldon a run. Leading Franklin's half of the fourth inning, Ashley Fields drills a line drive over the center fielder and hustles to third base, later scoring on a ground out. Jaylee Ojo singles into left field for Sheldon to lead the fifth inning, and a hard-hit ground ball from Michaela Kesloff scores another Husky run. With Franklin trailing 5-3 and the bases loaded, a chopper from Emma Nelson brings home Kalani Nitta, bringing the Wildcats within a run. Fields continues the fifth inning rally by slapping one into center field, scoring 2 Wildcats and giving Franklin its first lead, 6-5. Nicole Camacho Vasquez follows with a base hit to center field. Kalila Maneois races to home for the score. Top of the 7th, and with men on first and second in the tying run at the plate, Wildcat shortstop Naylin Marshall makes the big-time grab and steps on second for the double play to seal the win. Franklin improves to 11-0 with the exciting comeback win.
Service Champions Heating and Air Conditioning is shining a spotlight on athletes who excel in their sport and give back to their schools.
In this week's Service Champions Student Spotlight, we feature Caden Ellison from Marysville. Caden is a 3-sport varsity athlete. He also serves as ASB president, a SEAL team leader, link crew leader, and maybe most impressive, Caden has a perfect attendance at school dating back to kindergarten. Caden Ellison from Marysville, this week's Service Champion Student Spotlight.
Coming up, we head to the softball field for Kimball and Manteca.
Then at Center and Lincoln, you are watching 49ers Sac-Hi Sports. The Valley Oak League in softball is shaping up to be one of the most competitive leagues in the section. 4 teams enter the week with just 1 loss on the year. Kimball's Sophia Coronado batting .391 with 8 RBI for the 6-1 Jags.
Manteca enters the week with a 9-1 record. Junior Naelis Torres sports a 1.26 ERA on the mound and leads the team with 10 RBIs on the year. Manteca and Kimball in a big VOL showdown on Thursday.
The Jaguars getting their eye black just right, taking on Manteca Thursday. Hey there, bottom of the first, Jessica Almeida with a runner on second blasts this ball to left field. It rolls to the fence, Almeida with a double, scoring Marissa San Nicolas. But that's all Alexa Contreras would allow in the inning as she gets one of her 5 strikeouts. It is 1-0 Manteca after the inning. Then it's Contreras in the top of the second, helping out her own cause, an opposite field line drive. Alexa with a double. Then it's Naelis Torres getting the strikeout to end the inning. It remains a 1-0 ball game until top of the third. Sophia Coronado comes up with 1 on, and this is trouble. It rolls down the right field line. That double brings home Kayliana DePerio, 9th RBI on the season for FIA. Next batter is Olivia Rinker. The chopper to the right side gets through the infield. FIA rounds third, heads for home. Olivia with the go-ahead RBI. Kimball up 3-2. Bottom 4. Runner on second for Elon James, and it sneaks through the 5-6 hole. Almeida comes in to score, and Elon ties this game up at 2. Manteca looking for the go-ahead run on the safety squeeze, but check out third baseman Alicia Duarte. That play saves a run for now because a freshman comes up clutch in the inning. Lauren Mancata tattoos this ball to left center. Torres scores the go-ahead run. Manteca leads it 3-2. Bottom of the 6th, same score. Bianca Quintero fields it, backhands it to Sophia, and with a bullet to first, it's a double play. It ends the inning. Kimball gets 3 more outs, but Torres buckles down, throwing just 9 pitches and striking out the side. 11 strikeouts for Naelis as her Buffaloes take home the 3-2 win, improving to 10-2 on the year.
And in the top matchup in the Boras Classic, Mitty from San Jose took on Wood Creek as John Handy took the ball for the T-Wolves and Luca Pitar for the Monarchs. Top of the first 2-1 for Mitty's McCoy Sniffen, who ropes the offering over the left fielder's head. Sniffen has a double, and David Estrada and Jaron Avincula score on the play. Mitty jumps out to a 2-0 lead. Mitty adds another run in the first when Luca Brosillo fights off the inside fastball, fisting the pitch to right for a hit, scoring Sniffen from third, and it's now 3-0. Bottom of the first, Wood Creek with the runner on, but second baseman Estrada of Mitty steps on second and throws the first for the double play. In the third inning, Mitty picks up another run as Blagnito mashes the pitch over everyone's head for a triple, and on the play, one more run comes in to score. There's Sniffen touching home, and it's now 4-0 ball game. A few batters later, Elijah Ramos smokes one to center. That falls in for a Ramos triple, and Mateo Blandino and Brosello score 6-0 Monarchs leading. Wood Creek's Connor Barr staying with it at short, climbs the ladder, and takes a hit away from Mitty in the third. But the hits keep on coming for Mitty as David Estrada pounds a triple to right center gap. Ramos comes in to score 7-0 Monarchs. Bottom 3 now, John Handy at the plate, and he singles to left, and the ball gets past everyone. Dylan Green scores on the hit. Handy pulls up the third with a triple. And Wood Creek is on the board. Top of the 4th inning we go. Runners on the corners for Mitty, and Brosillo adds a solid single to left. And Vincula scores for the Monarchs, and then Luca Pintar was an artist on the mound for Mitty. Pintar painting black and brown and K's for that matter. 11 on the day for the lefty as the Monarchs head back to San Jose with smiles on their faces, winning 9-1.
The first round of the El Camino Spring Classic with Center hosting Lincoln, and it was a windy Monday morning, starting it off in the top of the 4th. Already 1-0 Zebras. A slow grounder to shortstop Kenny Winters, and Kenny makes a great play on it. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Nathan Munch drops a base hit into center field to put runners on first and second. Next batter is Cade Spalmer. He shows bunt, and it is perfect. No play for the Cougars defense, and the bases are loaded for Maldonado. A high fly ball to right fielder Hunter Krebs. Krebs makes the catch. Luke Allen scores, and it is 2-0 Zebras. 2 batters later, bases are loaded again. Jackson Cook comes up with the infield drawn in and bloops the ball just over short. A runner scores, and watch this hustle play from Cook. He legs out a double. Then it's Spalmer and Andrew Wasilchuk scoring a bases clearing double for Jackson, eventually making it to third on the throw. 5-0 Zebras. And Lincoln isn't done. Luke Allen barrels a single to left, his second hit of the inning. That scores Andrew Acedo. 7-0 Lincoln after the inning. Center grabs a run in the top of the 5th. Ruben Lopez Aguilar up with a runner on third, grounds a ball to short. That plates Connor Goldfarb. 7-1 Zebras. Then in the top of the 6th, Amari Vieira with a runner on second, chops the ball to short. The lefty legging out a base hit. The ball gets away, and Anthony Ramirez scores. The Cougars put 4 on the board in the inning, but Lincoln ultimately walking away with the win as Allen gets the batter to ground out to third. Cook's throw is just wide, but a great play by Landon Plout at first. That ends the game. Lincoln wins game 1 of the tournament, ultimately ending up in 3rd place. Highlights from the championship game later on in the show.
Each week we showcase a top recruit from the Sac Joaquin section.
This week's top recruit is Brent Gallegos from Yuba City. The senior sports a .354 batting average and will play next season at Sac State.
Coming up, our second SunPower Electric game, the El Camino Easter Tournament Championship with Dublin and Folsom.
Then it's Liberty Ranch taking on Redwood Christian. You're watching 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Every day, the sun comes up. And right on cue, the work begins. We start every morning, knowing full well we are in it for the long haul. Our work is a labor of love. No task too small, no moment uncherished. And although we're not often thanked, we rest knowing that our work is making a brighter future. This is more than milk.
Tim never leaves his wife's side. But since junk sleep gave him a crick in his neck,
who's there?
He can't turn his head to see her. Now he's convinced she's left him.
Michelle?
Only our Love Your Mattress guarantee gets you the lowest price and 120 nights to sleep on it.
You came back.
Unjunk your sleep at Mattress Firm.
The championship game of the El Camino Spring Classic is our second SunPower Electric game tonight. Folsom making it all the way to the title game with wins over VCA, Grant, and Vista Del Lago.
The Bulldogs taking on a team from the North Coast section, the Dublin Gales, the only non-Sac Joaquin section team in the tournament. Our Brian Mueller was there at Folsom Lake College with our SunPower Electric game.
Electric game.
The Folsom Bulldogs have had a dominant run through this El Camino tournament, winning their 3 games by a combined score of 21-4. They now face a Bay Area squad in Dublin Wednesday in our SunPower Electric game.
Karsten Pearson is the heavy hitter for the Gales. The U-Washington commit is batting .622 on the season. For the Bulldogs, they have a number of guys that can beat you. The offense led by Colin Gallagher and Logan Hutton. The tourney championship on the line at Folsom Lake College, the home of the reigning Big 8 conference champs. The Bulldogs threatening right off the bat with runners on the corners. Colin Elmore grounds out to third, but the throw is off the mark to first. No double play. Colin Callahan scores and it's 1-0. But here comes Dublin in the bottom half of the inning with the bases loaded. It's a high pop up to a dangerous area in right, but Tyler Yen up to the task, and Luke Williams gets some well-deserved words of encouragement from coach. Bottom 2, Gales with 2 on, and this time they come through. Noah Charlton drills this down the left field line, 2-run score, and the Gales have the lead. The Bulldogs answer right back, a runner on for Gallagher, and just like the same name comedian, he can smash. Callahan scores another Folsom run, and we're tied at 2. Same score, top 5. Folsom trying to get something going, but Dublin can play some defense. Elijah McNeil charges the bouncer and gets the out at first. A smooth-looking play there. Then at next inning, the Dogs have a runner on first, but the Gales able to turn the 6-4-3 double play, and we're still tied after 5.5. In the bottom half of the inning, Dublin has second and third, 1 out. Folsom with the infield in, trying to prevent the go-ahead run from scoring, but not much you can do about this. Tyler Thompson hits a blooper over the infield, and Dublin takes a 3-2 lead. Then Charlton drives one to left. The ball will drop. Another run comes in, but the Bulldogs do get an out at third, so it's basically a sac fly, 4-2 heading into the 7th. Folsom has the tying run at the plate with 2 outs. The ball hit to left, but not deep enough. Cole Gaynor goes the distance for Dublin as they take the El Camino Tournament Championship 4-2 the final in our SunPower Electric game.
The championship game of the River City Classic being played Wednesday, Liberty Ranch taking on Redwood Christian. Eagles starter Craig Yanagihara was strong early, striking out the side in the bottom of the first. He gets some support, already up 2-0. Tommy Charlton with a perfectly executed bunt. Sam Quiroz scores from third, and it's 3-0 Redwood after 2. Quiroz at the plate now in the third. The pitch squirts away, and that allows Carter Eberhard to score from third. Eagles take a 6-0 lead into the 4th. Liberty Ranch trying to wake the bats up, though. Nate Nelson skies one into right. It hangs up there, but it drops in for a 1-out double. And 2 batters later, bases full for Luke Manning. He goes up the middle to drive in 2, and it's 6-2 after 3. After a shutdown inning, Cade LeCompte seizes the gap for a leadoff double. He holds on to the base for good measure. He would have to leave it there, though, because Lance Crivello is going to send him home along with Garrett Owen on a 2-run single, and it's 6-4 after 4. To the Redwood half of the 5th, Gavin Fanucci drives it out to right center, plate one more for the Eagles, and it's 7-4. But Liberty Ranch kept chipping away. LeCompte with a sac fly in the 5th. The Hawks brought home another run on a balk, and it's 7-6 after 5. But Redwood keeps the foot on the gas. Carter Eberhard drives in Reese Gallerson, and the big blow. Joshua Nixon just crushes this ball to the deepest part of the park. That ball's going to need some therapy after that, AB. An RBI triple for Nixon, and with a 9-7 win, Redwood Christian of the North Coast section wins the River City Classic.
Jesuit and Davis battle on top of the Delta League standings Thursday, and this was a battle. It begins with a Davis goal. Holt Kleinberg passes to Dom Friedland-Wolford. Then it's the Blue Devils going on to take the 4-1 lead. A little deja vu as Holt feeds Dom once again. Davis in the driver's seat, but Jesuit kicks it into gear. Jack Pettit cuts the Blue Devil lead in half. The Jesuit keeper with an incredible 17 saves. That's Nate Guerrero. Let's see if his efforts are enough. Second quarter, Ethan Kavanaugh and Kai Switlick are in a battle, but it's Kai who prevails. Jesuit leads at 5-4 at the half. Kleinberg ties it up at 5 early in the third. Top shelf goes Holt, and in the fourth quarter, tied at 7. Colin Lee goes around the defense and fires a bullet into the net. Hot shot from the freshman. Jesuit scores 3 unanswered goals to close out the game. The pass from Switlick. Camden Gordon sneaks it just inside the post, and Jesuit wins it 10-7, improving to 6-1 in league play. Switlick leading with 4 goals.
Each week we present the Scholar Athlete Award.
This week's Scholar Athlete Award goes to Brian Chin from Davis. The Blue Devils pitcher sports an incredible .88 ERA, and in the classroom, Brian earns a 4.0 GPA.
Coming up, more action from the El Camino Spring Classic with Yuba City and Casa Roble.
Then it's Pioneer and Dixon softball. 49ers Sac-Hi Sports. We'll be right back.
We just saw the championship game of the El Camino Spring Classic. We head back out to Folsom Lake College for a consolation game between 2 strong programs. Yuba City with an 11-5 record, CJ Hopper batting .411 with 12 ribbies.
The Honkers facing the 9-3-1 Casa Rams. Tyrus Vogt leading his team with 11 RBI on the year. The Rams and Honkers meeting at Folsom Lake College on Wednesday.
Constellation game at the El Camino Easter Classic featuring Yuba City and Casa Roble at Folsom Lake College. Bottom 1, Yuba in the brown and white, and at the bat is James Garcon. The strong first baseman sends the pitch all the way to the right field wall. That will score Brent Gallegos easily from third, and the Honkers lead. Top 2, Yuba's Jake Gonzalez was throwing up some frozen pizzas, getting the strikeout to end the inning. Gonzalez with 5 punch-outs. Bottom 2 now, Yuba City with runners on the corners for CJ Hopper, who goes with the pitch to right. Gallegos motors in from third. From first, Elijah Monchester scores, and it's 2-0 Honkers. Bottom 3, Yuba is threatening again. This time, a hard ground ball is stabbed at and snagged by Carter Gustafson, who throws home to get the out for the Rams. But Yuba City does end up getting that run in as Donnie Saplat singles to left. That scores Nathaniel Hurley, 3-0 YC. Fourth inning we go. Cass's Chase Weldon puts a charge into the pitch, and he thinks he has a hit, but Yuba's Peyton Butavacali says, forget about it. Robs a hit from Weldon, ends the inning. Bottom 4, Caden Bullock for the Honker smacks the pitch down the first base line for a single. Yuba continues to score a run in inning and leads at 4-0 when Garcon crosses home. In the 5th, Yuba City upped themselves as Monchester singles up the middle, scoring Butavacali from third. That makes it 5-0. But wait, the Honkers were not done yet. Brett Gallegos steps up, picks up his 3rd hit of the day. I lay my bat up on the pitch. When I dip, you dip, we dip. Monchester scores, and Yuba City with the 6-0 victory.
Brian Mueller saying hello from Dixon Tuesday afternoon, where the Rams are undefeated at home so far, taking on a young and talented Pioneer team. Patriots come out swinging. A runner on for Caitlin Mayfield sneaks this into center. Gracie McGinty comes in to score, and it's 1-0 Pats. But the Rams return fire later in the bottom half of the inning. Ashley Garcia clubs this into the left center alley. Audrey Graham is in with the tying run on the RBI double. Then Eamon Rosenberger keeps the carousel spinning when she dumps a hit into center, and Dixon takes a 2-1 lead. But Pioneer has something cooking in the 3rd with the bases loaded, 2 outs, but Felicia Lipinski gets out of the jam with the strikeout. Top 4 now. Pioneer with a runner on first. Garcia ranges to her right and gets the out with a flip from her glove. Save at first, but still a sweet play at second by Garcia. The Rams now with runners at the corners in the bottom half of the inning, and it's Lipinski helping her own cause. Lines this the other way to right. That drives in 2 to make it 4-1. Lipinski showing she's Penske material in the circle and at the plate. Dixon looking for more in the inning. Brianna Parker makes the play to first for the out. Then Mayfield throws a strike to the plate to get Lipinski for the double play. Let's go top 7 now. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Tying run at first, but Lipinski comes up clutch again. Her 9th strikeout of the game ends it, and Dixon is 2-0 in lead with a 4-1 win.
third place game at the CB Easter Classic between Granada of Livermore and Roseville. And it was a game within the game. Owen Summers and Parker Badone refusing to leave the line. Rochambeau, and still the players don't leave until a little water throws out Padone, and Summers takes the dub. Now the action, bottom one, Granada loads him up. Riley Winchell smacks a hard shot that stays just under the shortstop glove. Parker Warner comes in to score 1-0 Matadors. Then Jocelyn Moreno grounds into fielder's choice. Logan Loshner gets the out at second. Ben Johnston comes in to score, and it's 2-0 Granada. Then they add one more run here as Jason Krotsky grounds into another fielder's choice. Bradley Ranello gets the out at second. Colin Johnston trots in to score 3-0 Matadors. 2 on for Roseville in the second. Lochner fakes the bunt, slashes at the ball, punching it through the infield to the outfield. It goes for a single on the play. Kyle Pedersen scores from second, and it's now a 3-1 ball game. Still 3-1 the fifth. Granada with the lead. Roseville's Ethan LeBleu smashes the ball down the line. A great backhand pick by Quinn Boyd, who spins and throws a strike home for the out. But Roseville does get that second run in. Pedersen to right, Brandon Graydon trots in to score, and it's now a 3-2 ball game. Then the sixth, Roseville continuing to put the pressure on. Cyrus Young drops down the old squeeze button. No play at the plate. Everyone's safe. We're all tied up at 3. Now Roseville's got runners on the corners for the quarterback, Graydon, who laced the single left. Young comes in to score with the go-ahead run, and the Tigers lead at 4-3. And then Lincoln Dotele battles through a tough first inning and goes the distance, picking up the win for the Tigers as he whiffs 6 in the win. The Tigers take third in the Easter Classic.
Coming up, we will choose the Sacramento River Cats Play of the Week. This could be the Play of the Week, but maybe not.
But first, take a look at our Sac Joaquin Section Top 10 Baseball Poll presented by Tracy Toyota.
It is time to announce the Sacramento River Cats Play of the Week. The River Cats will be hosting the end of the season awards ceremony for all of our players of the year at Sutter Health Park. That is on May 28th.
We'll list off a few contenders and then announce the winner of the Sacramento River Cats Play of the Week.
Play of the Week.
Let's just get right into it. Outfield catches, we love him. Woodlands Derek Fisher, nice grab. Nick Befort of VCA doing his thing in center, making that grab. Then Lance Moses of Del Campo, a shoestring grab. How about Granada's Quinn Boyd? The backhand pick, spin, and throws a strike home to get the runner out at home. But the play of the week goes to Kimball High's Bianca Quintero. The backhand flip to Sofia Coronado for 2. It's a double play. The Quintero backhand flip. It's nicely done. I've been told it's hard to turn to in softball, and that's why it's the play of the week.
That is the River Cats Play of the Week, and that is 49ers Sac-Hi Sports for this week. Thanks for watching. I am Aubrey Tolliver.
And I'm Jake Vanderbrook. Next week, league matchups resume, and you won't want to miss the action from the Franklin Elk Grove Series. Those highlights and more next week.